Hey everyone, today we're going to be giving a short and instructional lesson to famous TikToker Sam Foyt. You'll be happy to know that 2 weeks after our lesson only, I received this message from Sam Foyt. Really cool. So the lesson will be performed in 3 parts. First, me and Sam, we played a game. Then I analyzed the game with him and told him where his weaknesses and strengths lie. And then I gave him additional tips on the lesson to better improve for himself. This could be helpful for you. There's a challenge. Okay.
Alright.
So let's see this London of yours.
This.
Thank you so much. Just talking to my mod there. So development is good so far. Good stuff.
This is where I usually get stuck.
Uh-huh.
I blundered the pawn, yep. As soon as I castle, I should put knight to f3, but that's fine.
Yeah, knight to f3 would have, probably been good.
Yeah.
You like more blitz or bullet?
What is the difference, to be honest?
Bullet is 1 minute. Blitz is 3 to
Definitely
5.
blitz.
Okay. Because I saw you pre-move, so I was wondering there.
Gotcha, yeah. I just like to play a bit faster. Yeah, I'm already losing time. Yep, that was good.
Don't worry about time. I can add you 15 seconds. Not a problem.
Sure. Yeah, it's just... Yeah, I don't like how passively I'm playing this.
Yeah. So I think that stems from losing that center pawn on e5. We'll check it later.
Yeah. Knights. Okay. Just take my bishop, which I don't want, but I don't think I can prevent that. I mean, I could slide, but then that blunders mate. No, it doesn't, but it's still not a good position. Ugh. Should I sack my rook?
Don't ask me, do it if you want.
Oh man. I mean, probably not the best idea, but why not? I'm just really not seeing anything great, and then we just take on. I see now, yeah. Yep.
This is a perfect example of, I think, your weaknesses. Perfect.
Yeah.
This
will be definitely really showing a lot of stuff.
Yes, rightfully so. I think this is great stuff to work on.
Very. Wow, I blundered that.
Okay, this is great. So I'm gonna take this game. Not great for me. Like I'm not like a piece of shit.
No, you're good, dude. It is.
This is good for us to analyze for sure. Super good piece. So here 95. It's not a bad move. You're still up. in terms of space, in terms of everything. But here, I think you got impatient after knight d7, and now you played castles. So what happened here? I played knight d7, and you thought that I was just moving my knight from the attack, and possibly you didn't see that I was re-attacking your piece, right?
Yes.
Let me ask you a question. How often do you look at the intent behind your opponent's move? Like that you try to go in their skin and say, okay, what is Zach threatening right now? Or what is my opponent threatening right now?
Definitely not very often. I always look at the board from my position, like where can I attack them? And that's how our game ended, right? Is because I wasn't really focused on what your attacking ideas were.
Another
Right.
key that I would say is think on your opponent's time.
Yes.
So when they're plotting their next move, what do you usually do?
I usually still just look at mine.
Right,
I
you
mean, I
look,
try to predict their next move, but then I'm like, what is the most aggressive counter to that, or where can I?
but that's a great reflex. You have to keep doing that. So kind of trying to guess your opponent's best move with a best guess thing is the best thing you can really do. Like it's really, really good.
Yeah.
Chess is about gathering information.
Right.
The more information you can gather about one certain position, like valuable information, not like this king can go 3 squares, more like this bishop has nice prospects on the square d6 before this knight moves here. And also bishop e5 looks nice defending this weakness, things like this. This is where you get the most ideas and good move to think about. Like you get them,
Right.
you get better reflexes is what I'm saying, to make better moves.
Yes.
So let's just see the ending of this game. Takes, and from here queen takes c3.
Yep.
And then once again, I feel like in games when you've convinced yourself that you're losing, you don't remotely care about what your opponent is threatening. Is that correct?
Yeah.
So this is something that you need to work on again on the psychology, is convince yourself to be kind of delusional. Let's still try our best to get this win. I'm still winning. Like convince yourself you're still winning, and yes, you see, that would have been a move that you would have played if you had that mentality. Just
Right.
with that process of thinking, you're already thinking of moves that not only defend when I'm attacking, but attacking my piece.
Mhm.
This is like a severely good counterplaying move. And like, don't look at the eval bar, don't look at the computer. Who cares what they
Right.
say, right? These are like professional engines that like just know everything. But here, you know, any opponent you play against is kind of flustered from this bishop e5 move.
Right, 'cause it
Even
lets
though
you
you're down
keep out the
material.
line.
'Cause you're kind of creating an illusion for me that I'm not winning here, even though I'm winning in material.
Definitely.
And a little tip that really made me learn from playing a WFM the other day is that whenever I was winning against her, she would just play incredibly better and convince me I was losing, and I would
Really?
convince myself I was losing in that position, and eventually she would win back the material and win.
Wow.
Madness. And I really learned that there's a mindset to a chess player that's like electric. I have a part of that mindset. I'm not perfect, but she really nailed it in that, like, let's just pressure the heck out of him until he
Yeah.
just cracks.
Wow.
And it's when I'm winning, right? So I'm in the moments where I'm more confident and I'm more prideful, and she manages to crash on that. And then my lack of calculation from that, like that little ego, that little pride that I get from winning a piece, it gets just crashed down, and I lose more often than not. Really,
Sure.
I think you need to work on your psychology of just your mindset and not being, you know, closed to failing when you calculate.
Yeah. Definitely. I've never really thought about that. That's awesome. I thought I was gonna get a lot of like theory and kind of like play, you know, f6 here, all like opening stuff, but it really just is mental at the end of the day, and I'm losing a lot of games just by like not thinking about how I
Right.
should be playing the game properly.
Bobby Fischer said that in chess, psychology doesn't matter, only move matters, which is true to a certain extent because, you know, Bobby Fischer, yes, his moves spoke for himself because he was so good, but in like when you're really calculating and you convince yourself that you're losing in a position, this whole psychology shifts changed the entire outcome of the game, and you are actually worse off if your psychology is not that good. So by saying that, Bobby Fischer is actually telling us that he has a really, really good psychology in chess, because nothing changes the way he calculates. Nothing affects his calculation at the best level.